Hey, welcome. If you're an association leader and you're trying to figure out the difference between Little Green Light and Bloomerang, you're in the right place. I'm your host, a digital marketing associate with SmartThoughts, and we're a software advisement firm that works exclusively with associations and nonprofits. In this explainer, we're going to cut right through all the marketing hype and give you the strategic comparison you actually need to make a smart choice for your organization.
So, here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with how each platform positions itself in the market. Then we'll jump into a side-by-side of their core capabilities, unpack the key limitations, because every platform has them, and finally, we'll arm you with the critical questions you absolutely have to ask your own team before you move forward.
All right, first up, let's talk positioning. To really get these platforms, you have to get inside the heads of the people who actually built them. Who were they designing it for, and what problem were they trying to solve?
And right away, you can see these aren't just two software tools. They're really two different philosophies. Little Green Light is all about giving you an affordable, no-frills donor CRM. It's perfect for those small to mid-sized teams that just need to get the core job done efficiently. Bloomerang, on the other hand, it's a much more integrated giving platform. Its whole reason for being is to help you decrease donor attrition and increase revenue using some pretty sophisticated retention-focused tech.
Okay, so now that we get their core philosophies, let's dive into the specifics. What are the standout features for each one? This is where the rubber really meets the road.
Let's start with Little Green Light. It's consistently praised for just how accessible it is and for its laser focus on those core functions. You can tell its entire design is built around empowering smaller organizations without totally overwhelming them.
And these features, they speak directly to the day-to-day realities of smaller teams. Affordability is obviously key, but things like including unlimited users at no extra cost or offering a direct QuickBooks integration, those are absolute game changers for teams that are already stretched thin. That simplicity, it isn't a lack of features. It's a strategic advantage when you need your team to get up and running fast.
Now let's pivot over to Bloomerang. This platform is built around a much more sophisticated, data-driven approach to engagement. This is really for organizations that want to leverage technology to optimize their fundraising and their member outreach.
In this right here, this is a platform built to make your team smarter. Tools like their signature engagement meter or the AI content assistant, they don't just throw data at you. They actually help you focus your efforts where they'll have the biggest impact, guiding you towards the members and donors who are the most engaged.
So here's the crucial point. Every single strength comes with a trade-off. It's just how it works. Understanding these limitations is just as important as knowing the strengths, because this is where you'll really figure out the right fit for your specific needs.
And it's so important to see these limitations not as flaws, but really as intentional design choices. What's a major limitation for one association might be completely irrelevant to another. You just have to weigh these against what your team actually does day in and day out.
For Little Green Light, its greatest strengths, simplicity, and affordability naturally create some pretty clear boundaries in its functionality. It's fantastic at its core purpose, but it doesn't try to be everything to everyone.
So look, LGL is a fantastic donor CRM, but it is not a full-blown association management system, or AMS. And that means if you've got complex member dues, or you need a member self-service portal, or you want sophisticated marketing automation, you're going to hit a wall. And for some, the lack of a native mobile app can be a real deal-breaker, especially for teams who need access at events. Now for Bloomerang. Its sophistication and its wider range of features, well, they also come with their own set of considerations. As you'd probably expect, more power often means more complexity and, yeah, a higher price tag.
So here's the trade-off for all that power. A potentially higher investment, not just in dollars, but also in the time it takes for implementation and training. And while its new membership features are really interesting for simpler organizations, it's just not designed to manage complex due structures or certification programs the way a dedicated AMS would be.
So now that we've seen the capabilities and the trade-offs, the decision really pivots back to your organization. The best software choice depends 100% on your operational reality. So here are the questions you've got to ask your team. And seriously, think about this one. How many member types do you have? Are your renewal cycles super complicated? Do you need things like automated invoicing and self-service portals? The answer to this question alone is going to point you in a very clear direction.
Think about if your technology needs to manage data and permissions across different levels of your organization. If you have local chapters that need their own access, while headquarters still maintains oversight, that's a critical requirement that, trust me, not every system can handle well.
Are you just running simple lunch and learns? Or are you managing huge annual conferences with complex registration tracks, exhibitors, and maybe even continuing education tracking?
The needs there are worlds apart.
Take a hard look at your existing tech stack. How critical is that seamless, real-time data sync for your operations? And do you have the technical resources on hand to manage integrations with third-party tools? Or do you need a native, built-in connection that just works right out of the box?
Okay, let's bring this all home. Both of these platforms can serve associations incredibly well, but choosing the right one requires a crystal clear understanding of your strategic priorities. Let's talk about how you get there.
This isn't about picking a winner. It really isn't. It's about aligning a platform's architecture with your association's mission. The best software is simply the one that removes friction from your daily operations and actively helps you achieve your goals. Period.
And I can tell you from experience, the sticker price of the software is just the tip of the iceberg. The real costs, and honestly where projects often get into big trouble, are in data migration and process alignment, two critical steps that are just so easy to underestimate.
So, to avoid those pitfalls, let's just have a conversation. In a complimentary strategy call, we can actually map out your requirements and help you determine which platform, or maybe even which category of platform, truly aligns with your long-term goals.
This is really the ultimate question. As you evaluate your next steps, just think about whether your technology is empowering your mission or holding it back.